The visit to India, which was organized under the Distinguished Visitors Program by the Government of India and administered by the Ministry of External Affairs, took place between the 21st to the 30th of November 2023. It was for my wife and I a very excellent visit, both in substance and in terms of even the cultural and sightseeing part of it. On the substantive part, the conversation we had with the senior officials of the Ministry of External Affairs, with the Uvida Institute, and also the Institute for Defense Studies were among the highlights of the visits. And in all of that, including also the leadership of the University of Agricultural Sciences, as well as the faculty, were not only enlightening, but hold up the possibilities of cooperation and exchange between these great India institutions of learning, including by the way, the Nehru University and the School of International Affairs there, but also open up the possibilities of exchange and cooperation between those great Indian institutions of higher education, higher learning think tanks, and the counterparts in Nigeria. And I hope that now that I'm back, I'll try to maintain those links and promote the cooperation between these two institutions. On the cultural side, we visited, of course, one of the major temples located in New Delhi, and of course the famous global landmark Taj Mahal and Agra Fort. In addition, we had by coincidence a visit by the Ethiopian National Dance Cultural Troupe and my own visit to Bangalore. It was really a delightful end to our visit and emphasized the importance of cultural exchange between Africa in general and my own country, Nigeria, and of course with India. So we had a very pleasant and yet very rewarding visit. And a number of things stand out that India's scientific and technological development, India's management of its cultural, religious, political diversity, tremendously important, and the concept of India as a nation, as in the global south, with all these achievements, both domestic and external, makes it clearly a leader in the global south in the conversation that must ensure and that must be deepened between the global north and the global south. And India will clearly be a leader in the south. Kind of drawing upon his leadership role historically in the non-aligned movement, because the late Prime Minister Nehru, Kwame Nkrumah, Nasser, Tito, that they formed the non-aligned movement. And it is very clear now that non-aligned movement, rather than being dead with the end of the Cold War, has assumed new relevance in terms of the evolving world order. So my visit to India deepened my understanding of India, uh, uh, enhanced my respect for Indian institutions and the concept of a diverse, huge nation making a huge difference, whose government is making a huge difference to the quality of life of the people, making a huge difference in social economic development of the country, making a huge contribution to the world, because the Indians in the diaspora um, are not only making important contribution to India by way of transfer of resources to the homeland, but also making a huge impact in the countries in which they are in Europe, but more importantly in the Americas. So the concept of the diaspora, the concept of strengthening the global south, the concept of management of diversity, these are things that I feel as my own understanding of India has deepened, and the possibilities for cooperation has can be enhanced. And I intend to use the knowledge, the experiences, the contacts that I've made to promote and enhance even a higher level of relationship between the government of India and the government of Nigeria. One area that I felt I would have loved to have more engagement, maybe time did not permit, because in 10 days we visited 3 cities in 3 states, several institutions, was really the opportunity to have conversations on the area of governance at the local government level, at the state level, and even at the national level. I meet with the leadership of some of the political parties. But time did not permit, of course. I did, however, had the opportunity to meet one of my colleagues that we served together at the United Nations, and that was he put me in touch with all my other colleagues that I couldn't meet physically. That was a bonus. But overall, very successful visit. My wife and I are extremely appreciative and grateful to the government of India for this opportunity to deepen my relationship with India institutions, and with the Indian leadership in all aspects of life. So, our gratitude once again.